I'm going back to crime and weather. I'm through with politics. I should never got involved in that crap no how. Oh yeah, scooters. I'm going to stay on them too. Politics, I should have never gotten involved in that stupid shit.
15-inch total, that would be on an isolated scale. It seems that the average for parts of South Florida might be about 5 inches or more of rain, which is still absolutely significant. But it will be a round of wind and rain that crosses over South Florida, and then the system ends up in the Gulf of Mexico. Where it goes from there, well, many computer forecast models have a front picking it up and not allowing it to get stronger, really just kind of bringing remnants of a tropical system.
By the way, no matter who's in charge, we're all screwed anyway. You know, it's been that way forever. The little man always gets screwed. And I hope you enjoy paying those higher taxes. And I hope you enjoy having your job taken away from you. Because he is going to close the economy down. And he is going to raise taxes.
Welcome back, 821 is your time. All right, when's the last time you had a burger at Taco Mac? And if it's been a while, things have changed. Coal mine for what's happening in this overall electorate, I think.
Kristen, jump in here as we look at Escambia County. We know the candidates campaigned hard in this state with 85% of the vote in so far. The president in that county, at least right now, almost 70,000 votes for him, just over 57,000 for Joe Biden.
Fulton County election officials say they're more than ready as they prepare for record voter turnout. Experts say we may not know for days which candidate will win the election, but Fulton County Board of Elections Director Richard Barron has promised to have the county's returns announced early.
We're going to release results at 7 o'clock. I hope to have most of the results done by 11 p.m. But we are a big county. We've got 255 polling locations.
Barron also says Fulton County election officials have changed 91 polling sites since the June primary. Election officials want voters to check the county's election website or call the Fulton County Board of Elections office ahead of time to know where their polling site is located. And with all the
possible, we could see both Senate races going to that January 5th runoff. And so Georgia voters who have gotten used to all of these campaign ads leading up to today's election, they may be in for 9 more weeks of these campaign ads. Sandra, back to you.
All right, Jonathan Seri on the ground in Atlanta for us.
To caucus with the Democrats. The Democrats need to flip 4 seats to change the power in the U.S. Senate. So here's what it looks like so far tonight as we go into this election night. 44 seats for the Democrats, 40 for Republicans. Some key races that we're looking at now that could change the balance of power potentially in our neighboring state of Alabama. The Alabama GOP declaring victory right now for Tommy Tuberville. We are showing that only 63% of the vote. He has a lead there at 37% for Doug Collins, who is the Democratic incumbent only.
The other thing that we want to talk about is the possibility of a recount. Yes, we're already talking about that, despite the fact that we're not finished counting the first time. But in that briefing just now, the official said that he's almost certain that there will likely be a recount. But he was very quick to follow that up, saying that in all likelihood, it will not change the results at all. Now, I've been spending the day, Lester, texting with a few of my Democratic sources here. Throughout the day, they're projecting optimism. They say that they're optimistic that these votes that continue coming in will be enough to make up this gap between Joe Biden and President Trump. But there is one more wild card that we learned about here as well. There are still a batch, about 8,900 or so, military and overseas ballots. This is according to the Secretary of State's office. And as long as they are postmarked by Tuesday, they still have until Friday, until the end of the day, Friday, to come in and be counted. Now, he was very clear in saying he doesn't believe, he's almost certain that all 8,900 are not going to come in. But again, there are still a number of those that could come in and possibly push this process, this counting process, into some part of the weekend, guys.
All right, Blaine.
What safety measures are in place to prevent two people voting in two different states. Say somebody moved here from Illinois or New York. They vote in Atlanta, and then they also vote in, say, New York or Illinois, Pennsylvania, whatever state they came from originally. What is in place to prevent that with a mail-in ballot?
He previously filed a lawsuit over the Postal Service's changes in processes leading up to the election. Over 300,000 ballots did not have a delivery scan. Number two, those ballots had not all been delivered as the judge ordered. According to the court ruling, the USPS says it didn't meet the deadline because inspectors were not on site at the time of the court order because they were already scheduled to arrive later in the day to do the inspections.
By the way, no matter who's in charge, they're all screwed anyway. You know, it's been that way forever. The little man always gets screwed. And I hope you enjoy paying those higher taxes. And I hope you enjoy having your job taken away from you. Because he is going to close the economy down. And he is going to raise taxes.
Welcome back, 821 is your time. All right, when's the last time you had a burger at Taco Mac? And if it's been a while, things have changed.
If they hit any of the 5 people that were struck by gunfire, but they say it is highly likely that was the case. And as you guys mentioned, 2 people died in this shooting. A third is in critical condition, 2 more in stable condition. A 6th person was also injured, but not from the gunfire. They were struck by a fleeing car, and they were hospitalized as a result. So a chaotic scene, a lot to break down. You're going to see the Georgia Bureau of Investigation on scene as well. That is per protocol with police-involved shootings, including this one. So we should be getting further details from the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. But first, take a listen here. Here's Atlanta Police this morning.
2 police officers who were working at that particular club or lounge noticed the gunfire, noticed the altercation, and engaged some of the people involved. There was an exchange of gunfire with police as well.
Atlanta police are still looking for people involved. You can imagine it's quite the search considering there were 2 large groups in.
I can't wait till the first black person is killed by a police officer after Joe Biden takes office. I can't wait. Let me hear one peep out of Black Lives Matter. This is not the place to park a scooter, boneheads. Park it over there someplace. And all these scooters that are parked out here along the belt line. All up and down through here. None of them belong here. There's parking places for them. But they're dealing with a bunch of idiots. You need to come and get your scooter. It's in the way. Here's some more tech litter that needs to be picked up. Same location. And there sits another one on private property. Neighbors on St. Charles. St. Charles and Ponce de Leon and North Island. I can't believe this scooter is still here. Been here at least a week. My God, right here behind the Urban Outfitters on Ponce.